Okay, the next special semiconductor is silicon controlled rectifier. This silicon controlled rectifier is a four-layered three-terminal semiconductor device. So four-layered three semiconductor in the sense. So there will be four layers like let me move this. So the four layers PN layers, and there will be three terminals: the anode, cathode, as well as gate. Okay, and here it is an unidirectional device. Unidirectional device in the sense it conducts the current only in one direction. So only one direction, that is under forward bias condition. That is under forward bias condition. If you see the construction here, so as the definition itself says that it has four layers, PN layers. So here the the these two are the first, this one and this one are nothing but outer layers. These outer layers will be heavily doped, whereas this layer and this layer, these are the inner layers, these are lightly doped. Two ohmic contacts are made at the exterior terminals. One is known as anode, another one known as cathode, and middle p layer, to the middle p layer, so one more terminal is taken out, which is nothing but the gate, which is a controlling terminal. So as it is said that it's a unidirectional device in the sense, so whenever it is forward bias, in the sense whenever anode is made positive and cathode is made negative, current only flows from anode to cathode. So let's say if it is reverse biased, let's say cathode is made positive and anode is made negative, means there won't be any current flow. So that's why, since the current flow is only from anode to cathode, this is referred as an unidirectional device. So here you can see the symbol here. This is the gate, which is a controlling terminal. This is anode terminal and this is cathode terminal. Let us see the working principle. The working principle of SCR can be divided into two stages. One is nothing but forward bias, another one is nothing but reverse biasing. So in case of forward biasing, so the anode terminal of the SCR is connected to positive terminal of the battery source, and cathode is connected to negative terminal of the battery source. So this is how how we do the forward biasing. So let's say if it is reverse bias, in the sense the polarity of the voltage source should be reversed, or you can say the anode is connected to negative terminal and cathode is connected to positive terminal. So remember, let us discuss the forward bias operation. Let's say when anode is made positive with respect to cathode, with respect to cathode, since there are three junctions here, this is one PN junction, this is another PN junction, this is another PN junction, so there will be three junctions. So whenever we do a forward biasing, the junction J1, and the junction J3, both are forward biased, whereas the junction J2 is reverse biased. So junction J2 is reverse bias. So in this condition, only leakage current can flow from. So this is nothing but this is blocked here. So current can flow from P to N region, that is in the junction J1. So as well as the current can flow from P to N, so that is at the junction J3. But this junction is reverse bias. This is going to provide an opposition to the flow of current from anode to cathode here. So at this condition, only leakage current can flow. Only leakage current in the sense that is due to minority charge carriers. And for this explanation, let's say we keep the Vg value to 0, or we don't apply any gate potential, or we don't use any gate terminal here. So we have connected only the anode and cathode, which are connected to the positive and negative terminal of the battery respectively. So in this condition, there won't be any current flow, and this state of operation, or UJT is SCR is said to be in off condition. SCR is said to be in off condition because there is no current flow. And now this state of operation, or this mode of operation, is known as forward blocking mode, or the region is known as forward blocking state or forward blocking region. So forward blocking region, in the sense there won't be any significant current flow will be there from the anode to cathode, only leakage current will be flowing. Let's say if anode is made further positive, if you increase this further, if it is further increased, at a particular value of forward voltage, the reverse biased junction J2, it gets broken down. So once it gets broken down, then the large current will flow from anode to cathode. Now the voltage at which the applied forward voltage at which the junction J2 broken down and then large current flow is resulted. So this the voltage is referred as breakover voltage. So that is nothing but VBO. Remember, as long as V is less than VBO, there won't be any current flow, or you can say the AC area is in off condition, and very small minimal amount of current will flow, that is leakage current flow, and that region of operation is known as forward blocking region. Once this applied potential becomes greater than once it becomes equal to VBO, so then the junction J2 will get broken down, and then a large current will result, and the AC area is said to be in on condition. So till now we have not considered the uh, we have not used the gate terminal here. So let us erase this. Let us consider this condition, the forward blocking state. Now if the gate is applied, if the gate is made positive with respect to cathode, then the anode current increases here. The current, it will supply and current IZ. As IZ current is increased here, more electrons cross the junction J2, and now so anode current further increases. This action by the application of gate voltage, the breakover action, the breakover or means the breaking of the junction J2 will occur at the earlier forward voltage. Earlier forward voltage in the sense, let's say without gate voltage, let's say if breakover is occurring at 10 voltage, by the application of gate voltage, the breakover can occur at the earlier stage, that is 8 volt. If you increase this gate voltage further, let's say if IC is increased further, the breakover can be occurred at earlier stage than the previous in the sense, let's say it can occur at the 6 volt. Like this, by the application of the gate voltage, so or by increasing the gate current at the P type layer here, the breakover of this ACR will be achieved at the earlier stage. This is the importance of the gate. Now let us discuss the one more case, that is reverse bias. So here in case of reverse biasing, the anode is made negative with respect to cathode, or you can say this is a reverse voltage that is applied here. So if you make the anode negative with respect to cathode, the biasing method is known as reverse biasing. So whenever we do an arrangement like this, then now here the junction J1 and J3 both will be reverse biased. So junction J1 as well as junction J3 both are reverse biased, whereas only the junction J2 will be forward biased. And here also there won't be any significant amount of current that will flow from anode to cathode. Only a small leakage current will flow, that is due to minority charge carriers, and this region of operation is known as reverse blocking region or reverse blocking state, RB state, reverse blocking state. Let's say if we increase this reverse voltage further at some point of voltage of reverse bias, the junction J1 and J3 will get collapsed or they get destroyed. Again, a large amount of current will flow from anode to cathode by destroying the SCR permanently. Means the at a particular voltage, in the sense whenever that voltage is known as VBR, whenever this reverse voltage becomes equal to the VBR, the breakdown voltage, then the junction J1 as well as junction J3 both will get collapsed or both are get destroyed. So once they get destroyed, a large amount of current flow from anode to cathode is observed by destroying the SCR completely. That's why we can say the current can only flow from anode to cathode, not from cathode to anode. That's why it is also referred as an unidirectional device. If you see the VI characteristics of SCR here, you can see here in the forward biasing. So in the forward biasing, both the voltage as well as the resulting anode to cathode current both are treated as positive in nature. So that's why you can draw them in the first quadrant. So here you can see here initially, let's say this is uh, without applying any gate potential, let's say I is equal to 0. So till this point, till the forward voltage is less than the breakover voltage, a very small amount of current, that is a leakage current, will flow till this point. Then this entire region of operation is known as forward blocking state or forward blocking region. Once this applied voltage is becomes equal to the VBO, then you can say there is a breakover of the junction J2 occurs here. All of a sudden current is going to increase. Here the current is increased, but at the same time the voltage is getting decreased. So like usually the SCR will also show a negative resistance characteristics here, because the current is getting increased at this time, but the voltage is getting, at the same time voltage is getting decreased. So that's why I can say this also can be this also can exhibit a negative resistance characteristics. Let's say what happens if we apply the gate voltage and if you provide more and more gate current. Let's say for the first time, if you apply a small gate voltage and the resulting current is IC1, now you can see here the breakover happens at this stage only. So means the VBO is reduced. Let's say if you increase the gate voltage further and if it results in IC2 value, the breakover occurs here only, and the breakover occurs with a higher value of IC gate current value. The breakover is still achieved at the earlier stage. Or I can say, so with an increase in the gate current, or gate bias, the VBO is getting decreased. The VBO is getting decreased. So here, once you can see here, so here, if the forward current, so you can see here, let's say consider the first curve with I is equal to 0. The current is resulting like this. So here, as soon as uh, the voltage becomes equal to VBO, till this point, the SCR is in off state. As soon as the breakover occurs, the SCR changes its state from off to on state. Off to on state. So here, the resulting current is nothing but a latching current. I expect the latching current is slightly, or you can say I expect a minimum current of IL should flow through SCR to keep it in on state. So by some effect, let's say if IL values decreased certain below the certain value, that is nothing but IH, that is holding current. If the current is decreased below this holding current, again SCR will changes its state from on to off. On to off. Simply you can say like this again: if the forward current falls below the level of holding current, then the depletion region again begins to develop at J2 and the device again goes into off state. So this is the minimal amount of current that should flow into an SCR to keep it in the on state. Okay. Now in the reverse characteristics, so you can say in the reverse biasing, you can see the voltage as well as the current both are treated negative. That's why you can draw it in the third quadrant, since both are negative here. So initially, as long as this applied potential is less than VBR, this region of operation is known as forward blocking region. Very small current will flow, that is reverse leakage current will flow. This is due to minority charge carriers. After a certain value of voltage VBR, so the all of a sudden the junction J1 as well as J3 will get destroyed, and it results a large current by destroying the SCR permanently. You can see here it is resulting a large current by destroying the SCR permanently. That's why we will never operate the SCR in reverse biased fashion. So we find its mean only in the forward biased condition. So this is shown it here. Okay, thank you.